to induct Kathy Doyle Newman into the Hall of Fame, I have with me her daughter Catherine Newman and Cynthia Riley. I'm sorry, Ann Riley.
Thank you. Tonight, most of Kathy's clients, for one reason or another, couldn't be here. So I wanted to, they all have called Catherine and I and wanted to express how much she's meant to them throughout their lives. I met Kathy Newman 43 years ago when I was moving up from a large pony, because I had got so tall at a young age, to a horse. And I was very lucky to meet Susie Stanford, who I don't know her current last name, but anyway, I met Susie, and Susie introduced me to Kathy Doyle, as she was back in the early 70s, and Barbara Batterton, who Barbara and Kathy are good friends, and they're not here tonight. Anyway, through the years, Kathy has been an incredible inspiration to me and all of her clients, who I'm going to name in a minute. But I want to say that the thing that I really learned from her, and she learned from George Morris, as she was George Morris's first student when she was a teenager, was that hard work, determination. She really taught me about the quality of writing and the quality of all the work that you do in your life. And I took that through college with me into the PhD years at University of Virginia. I'm a sports psychologist mainly for equestrians, and Kathy's been a role model for me my entire life, as she has been for most all of her other clients. Strangely enough, over the 43 years I've known Kathy, we've sort of bumped into each other at odd times. We've separated. And the first day I went back to school at UVA, to graduate school, Kathy was sitting in the class, in my sports psychology class with Bob Rotella. And I'm like, oh my God, I haven't seen her in like 10 years, and there she is. My trainer and role model is sitting in my first day of graduate school. So anyway, the clients that she's had tremendous success with over the years, and who are very grateful and who are not here tonight, include Mimi Abel Smith of Middleburg, Virginia, Pam Covington of Upperville, Virginia, Ann Peacock of Percival, Virginia, Debbie Michelson, I think Debbie's probably here somewhere, Meg Bailey, Catherine Thompson, who is a trainer now, Chelsea Hust, recently from Texas. 2 years ago, she won the Virginia Horse Show Association medal finals. She was trained by Kathy. And Jennifer Swift of Chicago, Illinois, who couldn't be here tonight. Kathy also trained Amy Ilvasacker-Reistrup and Leslie Brown. And the horses over the years that she has trained included Prize of Paris, who was a first-year horse that she sold to George Morris in the early 70s. March On, who she also sold to a client, Bessie Bolger, a client of George Morris's. Small Wonder and Time to Rise, two of my horses. Kempton Park, Ashford Castle, Asleep at the Wheel, was in her barn twice, once with Pam Covington and once with me. He was also known as By Far. Tally Ho, Debbie Michelson, and both Mimi and Mimi Abel Smith both showed him successfully with Kathy. Sooner or later, a horse of Mimi Abel Smith's, who was later sold to California. Confederate Hall, who was an amateur hunter. And then there were Catherine's. Then Catherine came along with Pony.com, who was a national champion. He also won 5 of the 6 classes in the small ponies, his first time at Devon, which was a record until the next year when Betty Orr broke the record, winning 6 of the classes. Mini-Me, Trust Me, who was also a champion at Devon. Mini-Me was champion at the Hampton Classic, show Dada. Grand Cru, Castleton, Amello, who was Mimi Abel-Smith's amateur hunter horse, who also won several national hunter derbies, ridden by Catherine. Corvette, who was a wonderful hunter owned by Jerry Newman, her husband. Daydream, owned by Mimi Abel-Smith. Rondiamo and DiMaggio, who are owned by Jennifer Swift of Chicago. And then she trained Catherine's jumpers, Royal Dior, Costa Sur, and most recently Raleigh.
Sorry, I'm really nervous. I just drank a whole glass of wine in 5 seconds, and so far it's not helping at all. Mom, I'm so proud and grateful for you. You've taught me to do what I love and work hard, and you inspire me every day. If there was a Hall of Fame for mothers, you'd be inducted into that too.